welcome to Setting the Tone with Sanahara, where we focus on breath work, sacred passage, and some spiritual shielding. I want to make sure that I speak to you really quickly about what spiritual shielding is and why we do it daily. There's a lot of places and ways in which we simply wake up and go. Whatever your practices are, maybe you just simply take care of your grooming and your self-care around, washing your face and brushing your teeth and maybe doing a few chores around your home. However, energetically, it is important that we know the relationship between preparing our spirit, our energy body for the day as well. So when we do what I call energetic shielding or preparation work, it begins in this idea of frequency of gratitude. It really brings us into awareness and alignment with our body. And you dream, if you're coming here from waking up in the morning or starting your day, you may have been all kinds of places in your mind, in your subconscious mind, or off in the heavens, depending upon how you believe. However, when we come together in the mornings and we shield, when we do that work at the beginning of the day, it's like asking and creating relationship with your covering. And it helps you to be tuned into the voice of that inner knowing that a lot of times can make sure you stay well as you move through your day. There are a lot of subtle influences that are impacting us that most of us aren't consciously aware of, even if we are aware of them in our subconscious or in our, I don't know why I did that. Maybe some part of you was trying to protect you or shield you, or some part of you was being manipulated in a subconscious way. This can happen through images that we see in very quick flashes. These influences can happen through subliminal. The limen is a level in your conscious mind. It's like the shore of the sea, separating what you can see from what you can't see. And so subliminal means that it's just below that line of your conscious awareness. And so when we do these energetic shieldings, when we do these coverings, when we go into our heart is our power center. The heart, it's not the brain that says that you are living. It's that heart. As long as that heart keeps beating, you're still here. So when we understand the importance of heart relationship and heart awareness, we have this ability to really begin to align everything through the portal of the heart. The heart is how we go into relationship, or we cultivate our relationship with our spirit. Our spirit, and as we make that heart connection, we are able to really connect to each other, connect to nature, connect to spirit, connect to our ancestors, connect to the legacy of the future, all because of love. Love is what they call the soft force of the universe. And when I first learned about this, an Italian physicist studied this, a woman, right? The male-dominated world had been studying it, but they dismissed this, what they call inactive force, this inactive presence. They dismissed it because they were looking for the things that gave the bang, the pop, the sizzle. They were looking for those things. And what we know now, it's the little things, specifically love, which is present throughout the universe. She called the soft force, which is present all across our earth, inside of our earth, outside of our earth. It's a universal presence. It's a celestial galactic presence that she recognized as love. So we access that point by connecting into our heart. and the inner chamber of our heart, I then will invite you to connect into your root and your crown. And this is how we activate the channel. That channel that runs, we can call it the spine. We can call it the spine. We can call that river that runs through it, cerebrospinal fluid, the current that we are enlivening with our awareness. And it runs at the back of our bodies. It runs at the back of our body and flushes over our brain. It spoons up and lifts up at the tailbone. The sacral has a little point that lifts it back up, sending it right into the the chakra, the root chakra point, perineum. So when we connect root to crown from that heart, we are activating that frequency in our channel. There's a few words that people use: the monadic channel, the Hara line. You can, if you're very literal, just consider it to be your spinal column. What I've come to understand about energetics and our nervous system is that it makes sense that we have these feelings that are instructing our knowing. What these processes and these daily practices of connecting in our Hara line, connecting into the earth, the core of the earth, connecting up from our crown to the source of our birth, these are visualizations, right? And when we create our work in this world of visualization, the good book says, one of the good books, so there are many good books, one of the good books say, our people perish for lack of knowledge, or you can say, without a vision, the people will fail. Without that ability to see, know, and be guided, it is very difficult to really begin to understand the world through a deeper lens. If we only rely on our brain, which is a keeper of records, and wisdom, knowledge, not wisdom, knowledge. The wisdom is the knowledge applied with hopefully a tone or a presence of understanding, and then you experience a thing and you gain wisdom. But what I will say is the inner vision of connecting root to crown, connecting to our earth and to the heavens, helps us to know that we are one with it all. We then, from forming that pillar and declaring our sovereignty is very important. There is a beginning and an end to you. You must begin to know where you begin and where you end. That way, you can realize that some of your reactions are actually a part of your shadow safety valve. Your inner self saying, stop, to something that your mind or your conditionings, your egoic conditionings, your responses to trauma have you saying, well, it's okay if I do all the things, when the part of you is absolutely saying, no, you ended right here, but you're still trying to go past what's yours to do. In fact, you also have to know in sovereignty where the other begins and ends. So this is why you have these declarations. When I say I am divine, we all have God's spark in us. That flash, the electromaticity of our heart. Our heart is an electrical organ. It is a pulse creator. For those of us with wombs, we have our magnetic center, our portal, living portal for life to come into. So we are these electromagnetic beings. And we draw things to us as well as broadcast things out. So we go into our heart. We are divine. and whatever you call divine, you can call it godlike, you can call it spiritual, but this part of ourselves is something that we now have to take authority to create relationship with. So as we create this relationship with this part of ourselves, our inner knowing, this beingness of ourselves, we also have to claim our freedom. What they call free will in many spiritual texts. I speak to it from a biblical place because I grew up there, so a lot of that knowledge was ingrained. However, as I've come to learn from many different spiritual teachings, whether or not I'm reading through the Bhagavad Gita, if I'm learning the Upanishads, as I'm learning more and more and more of different spiritual texts. I actually enjoy reading spiritual texts. Like, I'm a nerd in that capacity. That I am learning about the reason for our free will. This is how God experiences itself, through our choice making. There is choice, but we are under the illusion that there is no choice. We are under the illusion that there is no ability to decide, because then I'll suffer if I do that thing, and what if I do that? Forget all of that. Well, remember it, but don't allow it to dictate and take away your power to choose. Children know they have a proper yes and a proper no, until many adults actually snatch that no and that yes out of them. You might remember when someone snatched away your yes and your no. But that's important. And then from creating this shield, this initial column or pillar of light around you, we then evoke the sacred shield of protection, what I like to call thou shalt not pass. And that thou shalt not pass is our initial covering energetically. We then go out and cover our homes and our cars in a diamond platinum shield. And then we create relationship, calling them in, the archangels, our spiritual teachers, the ascended masters, our elevated, esteemed ancestors, even our children who are wanting to come into this earth realm, those people who are wanting to connect with us, to come in and form relationship with the animal kingdom, those creatures that swim in the oceans and the waters. We form these relationships, and it's acknowledged and it's created. And then we move into the rest of our day. So I did something I haven't done in a very long time today, almost like a resetting or a recentering, which is to really explain the process. We have a human need to know. We have a human need to know this way. When you do give agreement, you can give agreement from a feeling of clarity, or you can ask questions that you didn't know you needed to ask, and you can settle into your own sense of comfort with the process. So it's getting later than I normally would be right now getting started. So we're going to move through the shielding, breath and shielding process pretty quick. I'm going to read, and then we'll play the bowls, and I guarantee we'll still finish right around maybe 7:05, 7:07 at the latest. And I thank you for your allowing me to bring these teachings to you. So join me in breath. We breathe in through our nose and out through our mouth. When you breathe in, I want you to bring your awareness to that space below your belly button and above the pubis bone, that place there. You're going to bring your attention there when you're breathing in. Okay, so we're going to breathe in down there and breathe out. Breathing in and breathing out. 2 more times. Breathe in. Breathe out. Again, breathe in. Breathe out. Continue breathing this way on your own as I begin to evoke this sacred prayer. Mother, Father God, we give thanks and praise for this moment of time in which we are able to come together and sync up in divine harmony and alignment with the will that you would have that we are in relationship with you for this day. As we descend and bring our awareness into our heart, activate within us the frequency of gratitude. May we expand in the energy of gratitude and thanksgiving from our heart. And as we center into the spirit of gratitude and the thoughts of those things that fill us with appreciation, be it the air, the ground, the water, the fires, just our homes, our resources, we just give thanks for every small blessing, both great and large. We give thanks for that. From that spirit of gratitude, Creator, we thank you for allowing us to connect to our root and our crown, that space right at our perineum and that space at the top of our head. We give thanks for this channel of light, this flow of light and information, that it be centered in the spirit of gratitude, that it be centered in the awareness that not only are we okay, we are divinely guided. We are okay on this earth, and we are divinely guided. As we connect in and create this pillar of light, we begin the activation at this point of the sovereign, divine, free principle inside of that channel. And as we create that relationship, again, we breathe in and out. Again, breathing into our heart, we're now going to descend the Hara line down past our root and into the earth. Breathing in and out, we allow that energy to travel down, 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 deeper, deeper, deeper into the earth, bringing our awareness and our attention to the core of the earth. And as we connect into the crystalline core of the earth from our hearts, we send down this frequency of gratitude. Thank you, earth. Thank you, earth, for continuing to provide for us food, nourishment, sustenance. You provide all that we need from you. We send that appreciation down to the earth, and we begin to feel it as we inhale and exhale, still a flooding of energy up through the soles of our feet that are flushed back into our body as the earth brings its awareness to us, and we give thanks for that. From our divine heart centers, we now ascend the Hara line past our crown, above our heads and into the heavens. Past our solar system to what we know as the source of our birth, we bring our awareness there, to where it all began. And from that connection, from the top of our heads, we ask Spirit to expand our crowns, expand our connection to thine divine will and purpose for our lives, our understanding, and our capacity to receive light. As we make this request, we know that it is done, and we send our loving appreciation from our heart up the Hara line to spirit, to source, to our source of birth. And we feel that energy begin to flood right back into us, raining down upon us as we now are standing bathed in light and awareness that comes from below and above. We are one inside, and the light of our hearts magnifies to create a pillar of light that we exist in. We give thanks. We are divine, sovereign, and free. As we declare the circle of thou shalt not pass, we evoke the first sphere of divine protection. And this sphere of divine protection is a golden translucent light filled with these very small golden filaments. They're iridescent, and there's different colors may display on them as they receive refractions of light. We create this pillar for ourselves. We create this sphere as well for those who are on our divine care. So we cover our children. Cover your children. If you are a mother with children, no matter their age, you still have the authority of that kinship that you are able to evoke this prayer of covering for your young ones. If you have elders who are under your care, protect them. Anyone who is under your care, you can evoke this shield of protection, and your shield may become bigger as you cover more and more inside of your energetic resonance. We then evoke the outside of that circle, which is at least 3 feet past the reach of your arm span. As you stretch your arms out, that circle extends out at least 3 feet. Outside of that, covering your home, where you live, your car, where you work, whatever building or space that you're within, you evoke the diamond white platinum shield of protection and covering for our buildings and our structures and our vehicles to keep us safe, that we are shielded from any energies, any harmful radiations, any harmful presences, those that would bring ill will to us and our spaces, that they are covered. They're covered, and only those energies that are in alignment with our purpose and our divine right to be here are allowed entry to come to us. Our spirit recognizes them and allows for their communication and communion with us. We now call in the ascended masters. We call in the archangels. We call in our divine councils of elevated ancestral beings, those of our lineage in the future, our great-great-grandchildren, those who are saying, I am coming, that they come and they are able to stand in fellowship around us to assist us in our earthly journey as we make these sovereign choices. We connect into the natural kingdom, the kingdom of the plants. We connect to the elements of the water, the fire, the earth, and the air. We connect into those that fly in the air. We connect to those creatures that live inside of the waters, to our four-legged friends, those with fur, those with scales. We connect to those that crawl upon the ground and crawl in the ground. We are all relatives and related. And we take another deep breath in and breathe out, giving thanks for the what is and the who we are. We are divine sovereign beings. And every day we recognize it, we make it more and more so, that those who are aligned with our process and our way, we begin to find each other. We send out a frequency and a resonance that allows us to recognize one another. And we know it's real by the way it feels. Didn't they tell us in the old R&B song? You know it's real by the way it feels. It's real love. We begin to know each other. So it's going to open up this book very quickly to the passage for today. Okay. The quote is from Henry David Thoreau, and it says, "Go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live the life you've imagined." There's the imagination I was talking about. "As you simplify your life, the laws of the universe will be simpler." This is important. As we simplify our lives, the laws of the universe will be simpler. What ways are we making it more complex than it needs to be? I'm going to be meditating on that myself today. "I am the dream of God, dreaming God. I am a dreamer of divine dreams. The dreams of my heart are the dreams which God fulfills for me. As I yearn, my prayer is heard and the answer is prepared. My every thought, my every action is a moment in which divine support comes to me. I am never alone, never an exile, never a stranger from the heart of God. The heart of God holds me within its bountiful soil. I blossom there, rooted in faith, fed by the nutrients of divine love. As I source myself in God, as I draw my strength from divine abundance, divine supply, there is no lack, no shortcoming. Apparent delays and denials are truly detours which route me toward a higher good. I allow divine wisdom to alter and expand the dreams of my heart. I accept divine guidance, divine wisdom, and divine fulfillment. My dreams are good, and goodness is the nature of God. My dreams, therefore, are God's. I go to God for their fulfillment." I've read that passage before. It always speaks to me. We're going to move right into the bowl playing for this morning, and I give thanks. grateful for grace, for divine grace that would give us this day. So, to my Facebook family, y'all know I have some more stuff for y'all. Be back on here a little later. We're going to do some Wind Down Wednesday, so I'm going to give y'all another dance video. Let's see if I can get some waking up my hips actions. I'm waking up my hips. So TikTok video on the freedom coming. We're going to be doing cosplay Thursdays. So display who it is you're wanting to be. So go into your closet. If you did not know, go into your closet and find what you have that aligns closest with the you that you're calling in. And then come up with the story. Tell us about who we are seeing. Tell us so we can see it. We're going to be doing that tomorrow. I have a whole thread planned and pulling out my clothes out the closet too. I'm going to represent the me that I'm calling in. So we'll talk more about that. I'm going to go ahead and say good day to my Facebook family at 707. I love y'all.